Outer Orange.
Привет. Welcome, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Zorga. I made a post up here about Zorga. Basically, we do these things every now and then. It's not every time. It used to be every set, but I kind of stopped doing them every set because they get a little hectic. But basically, we talk about how Zorga, pretty much what people are building for Zorga currently, amongst people that are playing Zorga and all that kind of stuff. So I made a post here, made a post on Discord. The Zorga smile is so cursed. No, it is the best thing ever. This is peak content. This is what you want to see when you open a video, when you open the stream. I don't know, whenever you're like playing the game, you have like a token next to you and it's this face. Okay, it's peak. But anyway, Cat's here, right here. We're here, we're time to look at some lists. 50cards.shop, code orange if you need all your stuff. Now's the perfect time. So we're gonna start with Lucas. So this is Lucas's list. So like I said, we're just looking at the list. We're not like gonna look like, we're not here to like eat the list up or anything like that. It's just nice to see what people are, like ratio wise people are doing, so just kind of cool. But yeah, this is Lucas's list. So basically we're going with the regular blue ride line here. We got the mask in it, we got the 4 dragons, we got the grade 2, I can't say that name, but this guy, we got this homie in here, and then we have our really awesome multi-attackers, because yes, Zorga can multi-attack now, which is really amazing. Can only multi-attack under mask though, so just something to keep in mind. You can't normally multi-attack. And then we got, you know, you say that, but I can't say his name. It's like a Welleth. I don't know. I'll just call him Lethy Boy. And then we got the Shadow Cloak. I've been kind of tossing back and forth with the Shadow Cloak. I don't know what to do with it because this card, I didn't read this card all the way. But when I actually read this card all the way, this card's kind of nuts. And now that I know it's nuts, I don't know how to build in a way where I can pretty much have my resources be resources, but also like have like just not get denied basically. And I'm like trying to figure out how to fix that problem, but I'll figure it out. And then we got 3 bull in this list, which is pretty good. Bull is actually pretty nice, so I say it well 4 PGs. Now one thing I am a little surprised about, and it might have just been an accident, I'm not 100% sure, but you're running 4 of the regular PGs, but you're not running the Blitz PG. And the Blitz PG actually works with the orders as well. So if you're running any orders, it is technically an order. You can't pick it up off of the husk, but you can discard it if you need to. I thought so. I figured, I looked at it, I was like, there's no way you meant to do that. So it's supposed to be 3-1, I assumed, but that's okay. And then we have heals, crits, and fronts, which is something interesting about the triggers right now. Some people are running like rainbow, some people are focusing on fronts. There's kind of like, there's like rainbow triggers going on. I don't know, you can kind of do whatever you want with the triggers. I don't even know myself what triggers I prefer. I'm running rainbow right now. I think going a crit and the front is like pretty like normal, so that's good. And we got the OT, and we got the mask order, which is the new baby boy of the house of set 10, basically top 5, sorry, for a mask or dragon tree units. And then you can, if you play it normally, and then the other effect, you could put it into soul, reveal the grade 3 mask, and then pretty much stand your Vanguard and ride a mask card, which in this case would be the Zorga mask. And then the best part is you activate Persona, and this goes into Soul, which Soul is like really huge. So very awesome card. 2 is pretty normal, so I'm around 3. I think it's always between 2 to 3. I'm at 2 right now, so I think 2 is fine. And we got we're going to the orders more. We got the Miasma, we got 2 of the triple drive guy, we got the Tearful Mouse, and then we have the Resentment at 2. So overall pretty good. How many orders are you running? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 with the Blitz order. 9 is a pretty healthy number. I actually don't know what a good number of orders right now is. I'm at 10. I don't know. I'm between like, should I run 8 or 10? Like that's basically kind of, or 9. 9 is a pretty good number too. I don't know which number I like the most, but I think this is good. I think Dragons at 4 is pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie, if you don't open Dragons, you kind of get very stuck and it's very awkward. I don't know. Something about finding the Dragons is like super important now. It feels even more important than it did before. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, I like it overall. I feel like you kind of went pretty like normal. Like you went pretty like, I guess in a way like cookie cutter almost. Like you didn't like go too far out of the boundaries of what Zorga's trying to do while with the mask. And I think this is a good healthy list to start with. And then if you want to start teching, you can tech. Because I will say this is like a very like to the point list, but I like it. So this is mine. I kind of put it together today. This isn't like my max rarity list or anything like that. I just kind of threw some stuff together, basically what I think I want to play. And I've been testing the list, and I've been thinking like, okay, like what do I want to add, what I want to take out, and what I want to do. The ride line is obviously the same, just a normal, just a standard Zorga ride line. We are going blue here, so blue because you can set up and then go into the other one, the mask one. I'm running 4 dragons because I think dragons are pretty OP. I am tossing between this card, which is the Welith, and this card, which is, oh no, sorry, not this card, and the Shadow Cloak right now, because I like the cloak, but I also like the Welith. One Bilber. Bilber's been a thought on my mind. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been thinking about Bilber really hard. The issue is that this deck has such a space issue right now. There's like certain cards that you like have to run, and finding room for the rest is really freaking hard. So I'm right now substituting the mushroom as like a way to deal with it. And there's actually one more card that if you already know how Zorga works, you're probably already looking at it going, well, that's different. But basically I'm tossing between these 2 cards right now because they both essentially do the same thing but have different conditions of what they do. This one gets you an order, right? But you don't have no cost on it. You just place it from hand. But this one can be placed from anywhere. Also the rear guard circle, yeah, but you have to care about Soul Blast, but you get a Dragon Tree marker, which is pretty huge. And you get to directly basically search for the mask order, which is pretty huge as well. Shuffle your deck and put it to hand, which is very important because Cloak does not put it to hand, it puts it to draw. And the other part about Cloak that's good is the, you know, the fact that you can bounce stuff. So I'm really tossing, they both are very good cards. And basically, like, I don't know. I think I just need to test more and kind of find my comfort zone. I'm running 2 of the bull. I think 2 is a good spot. I had a 3 at some point, put it back down to 2. 2 feels pretty fine. I feel like the less bull you run, the more you could run this card, basically, because they kind of do the same thing. If you think about it, they're both basically for a counterblast and a soul blast. Basically get you what you need. If you're on grade 3 or greater, you get an order back to hand. If you're just regular counterblasting, you get to put a Dragon Tree marker onto the board. So they kind of have a similar conditions if you think about it. This one just is a little bit more flexible with the order that you can grab. I am running mushrooms. I think mushrooms are really, really strong. I actually just realized that they're actually straight called mushrooms. I thought we were all calling them mushrooms because they're mushrooms on the art, and I just now today realized that they're actually called mushrooms. Anyway, that's besides the point. But basically, the mushrooms you can put into soul to call 2 tokens. That's all you really need. You need the 2 tokens. They're really good. It's soul, which is really awesome in this deck because you go through soul really quickly. So I'm running this just to kind of help with that. I've thought about running like straight up 4, but like again, like space is an issue, and you really need at least 1 Dragon Tree marker. You could theoretically cut the bulls and like put this to 3, I guess, and kind of roll that way. But I don't know, fam. Was better as it was Koro Koro. Oh, Koro Koro sounds so good. I like Koro Koro. I like mushrooms as well. Mushrooms just sound funny. I'm running the 4 PGs. 1 is the Blitz Order, and then 3 of these. And then I'm running rainbow triggers right now that'll probably change. Either I'm gonna go heavier draws, or I'm gonna basically go like 1 more draw and 1 less front. I don't know yet. I'm running the 2-2 split for the heals because I think crit heals are actually gonna be pretty important into this upcoming meta. I think a lot of people are gonna be playing Zorga and Gandiva and Ava. And basically Jet. The orders is where I changed it just a little bit. I'm still testing my orders. I think I have exactly 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I have exactly 10 orders. I guess that's a toss up right now. Obviously I run the mask order at 2. I have Malice, but the funky card here is this card right here. You might be asking yourself why the one I'm running this. So original is running the grade 0 order that says Counterblast top 5. What is it, like pick 1 card, call it, and then mill the other 4. Basically it's a mill 4. The reason why I decided to take it out was because of counterblast issues, and I put this in because basically this card does the same thing with like a little bit less mill, but you get to call 2 units. So I decided I wanted to try this card out. It gets power on the board, and you get to basically call 2 cards for free. You can then bounce them back with the dog, and soul is less of an issue right now. So because soul is less of an issue, this card can actually be played. And I think unbricking yourself as fast as possible is super important. And what I mean by unbricking yourself, I mean basically finding cards that you want on the board, primarily the dragons, primarily the freestanding guys. You kind of really want them on the board pretty fast. You want to find these cards ASAP. The minute you start not finding these cards, you kind of start falling behind a little bit. You can kind of draw through your deck a bit, but it's still troublesome. The other reason why I run this is because this card is a counterblast and a soul blast on rearguard circle, which means I can call this card off of the effect of that agony card. So if I really want to go ham, it's a counterblast and 3 soul, but if I really want to go crazy, this is not a win place from hand effect. This is not a win place from hand effect either. These I can actually just directly use as a resource. So like I said, it's an experiment. Not 100% set on it, but I was like, you know what? We haven't had like this meant like that. We haven't had the ability to use this because of soul, but now we can. So that's why I'm running it. I'm running 1 of the triple drive guy because he's pretty good. Malice because Malice is good for the counter charge, the soul, and everything. You have to draw. It's a good card. This resentment is amazing as well, just to also help with digging through your deck a little bit, and then obviously the Blitz Order. So that's what I'm experimenting with right now. Here we have Wolford. Wolford is a big Zorga player. I can't remember exactly everyone that topped and everything, but I know for a fact Wolford topped because we talk quite a lot. So Wolford is a Zorga topping player, so I usually respect anything Wolford has because Wolford like basically plays this and like this and only this. Like I barely see this man on any other deck. But yeah, big Zorga fan. But here we have their list, which I actually like. I like this list too. I think it's different. The 4 dragons are there. We're kind of going to skip around the stuff that's normal and kind of look more into the stuff that's different. So you'll notice there's 1 Malice in here, 2 of the triple drive guy, and then they're running the 3-1 split with the cloak and the Awelith, which is interesting as well because like some put it to 5, like basically because they both kind of do similar stuff, so it's kind of like 5 copies of the same card. But so they're running the 4. Just to kind of go through that, and then they have the 2 of the recall guys out, and then going into the grade 1s, there's 4 bulls in this deck, which makes sense to me because you get the orders back to hand, which is I think is pretty key because you get to pick the orders that comes back to hand. And then after that is 2 resentment, and I think that's really it. We got the mask. This is a really low order count, isn't this? 2, 4, 5, 6. Am I going crazy? Am I seeing? No. Okay, 8. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 and 9 with the blitz order. That's interesting. That's interesting. See, that's the thing. I'm on the same boat. I'm on the same boat of like maybe I should just cut it back to 8 and just focus on like the steam line of the engine. But yeah, overall I like this. Also running rainbow. No, we're not running rainbow triggers here. We're running all crits and then 3 draws and then the heals and everything else after that. So very interesting. Let's see what he said. I actually didn't even read it. I have PTSD of not having orders in hand, ways to soul blast the mask, turn 3, so I run 5 marker makers instead of 4. I'm really hyped about this point. Committed the mistake of putting Zorga image for my phone screen, and now I cannot longer end the hype loop. That's pretty exciting. So that makes sense. I'm kind of with him on the whole like trying not to miss the order to hand clause. Like I kind of get that, and you know the bulls really help with that thing. And also I agree with him about the soul issue. So when you get this mask into soul, you actually want it out of soul, or there's other cards like Tearful Malice that goes into soul. You kind of want that card out of soul too, which is actually another reason why I'm running agony. Agony fixes those kind of issues as well, and so with same here with the bull. So I like that. There's the Chad Zorga player who runs 1 of each effect heal and a vanilla heal. I have no idea. Maybe like I said, we picked this quiet. This has been a quieter post. Way quieter post. Why does it say I hate this image? Oh right, because Curly doesn't like my beautiful masterpiece. It's not even my masterpiece. I don't remember who the person was that made this. It was somebody made this masterpiece. It wasn't me. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is AZ posted their list here. So also another list. They posted it under Wolford's list, so we're just gonna look and just look at it from here. But again, ride line is about the same, so nothing too different there. Also going for the 5 of the Elwith and the Shadow Cloak here. Going for 3 dragons, so a little bit going towards the riskier routes of just hoping you see them in time type of thing. We got the 2 bulls, and then we got a bunch of orders actually. This is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 orders total. And actually they're not running the blitz order, but I assume they intended to run the blitz order, so it's 11 total with the blitz order in mind. Again, so but very similar. I think the biggest thing is that this list runs less normal units and more orders, which is fine. I kind of get that too. Like I said, it's kind of Zorga kind of comes down to you what you're comfortable with, because like if you want to see orders, the best way to fix that problem is run more orders. So we have Brawls' list, but I think Brawls also has this list. I think this one's probably more accurate to what we're trying to look at, because the other one's so blurry. I assume that this is more. That's right, we haven't seen Chalice. We haven't seen actual Chalice in a second. None of us were running Chalice. I didn't know Brawls played Stoicheia that much. I know he does. I don't know how much he plays, but overall, we got the 4 dragons. We got the. There's no 4th attack in this deck. Interesting. So he chose just not to. Is he running it in the blurry version? He is running in the blurry version. So I'm conflicted now. The blurry version has the guy. Oh no, I'm just blind. Never mind, guys. I'm blind. I need my face markings on. All right, I got my face markings on, even though I have literally perfect vision up close. But you know, now with the glasses, my shade, my frames are slightly like dusty. So because they're dusty, I can see better now. Anyway, yeah, he's right there. I'm just blind. So anyway, yeah, we got the guy, we got the bull, we got this, and then I usually look at the amount of orders because I think that's where the decks start changing. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 orders with the chalice and the blitz in mind. Without those two, it's 8. If you're talking about like normal orders. But yeah, so he's running also the 3 draw and the 8 crit route and with the 4 heals and all that kind of stuff. Everything else kind of seems pretty normal. Oh no, sorry, I was thinking about the wrong card. He's not running Elith. That's what he's not running. He's not running the other card, the Dragon Tree card. So instead he's running like more bulls and stuff like that, which is varied. Like I said, everybody has like a different opinion towards like what's better to run. They're all kind of do the same thing. It's just different timing. So makes sense. 8 to 11 is technically his technical sweet spot. Really? I think 8 to 10 is like sweet spot. I think 11 is pushing it. 11 orders feels very scary. 7 feels too little. 11 feels too much. I think 8 to 10 is like peak central. Anyway, that's besides the point. But overall, pretty good. We're running the chalice, which is the big difference. If you guys don't know how chalice works, basically you can activate persona without having to actually persona ride, which is pretty useful. It disappears though, and all that kind of fun stuff because it is a rebellious piece. But overall, just another way to persona, basically another copy, a 5th copy of persona. So, and you can alchemagic it. And then we got the blurry thing. I'm not gonna look at that. So we're gonna go to illusion here. I haven't seen illusion in a hot minute. I hope illusion is doing well. But this is a illusion deck here. So again, oh, this one's really different. This one's like very different actually. So not really Zorga play, but I figured I could come up with something with the cards you have. Okay, that's valid. So he kind of went his own route, which is fine too. So we have the normal, we got the normal ride line, but what starts really changing is right here. We got the clippings. So clippings basically go into soul and counter charge if you alchemagic or attack 5 times. So that's basically what they're doing here. Starter is sus. The starter is very sus, but it's okay. It's okay. It's what throws people off, right? It's a mind game. It's all about that mind game. But anyway, so instead of running, we're not running the multi-attacker at all. Yeah, I'm not seeing a multi-attacker in this deck. There is no multi-attacker. It's just because it's Eric. It's Eric. Oh, oh yeah, that is Eric. That's why I don't run that starter. It all makes sense now. But aside from the clipping, everything else is kind of more normal, I would say. Because we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 orders in here. And something to note, they are running the Soul Blast Dragon, which I really like. I actually like this dragon. I actually have him in my real life deck right now. And I'm kind of just staring at him like I really want him to be like more than what he is because I absolutely love this card. But you actually can build a deck that's like super bind heavy and go that route. But the issue is like it just gets too messy. There's like too much stuff you need to run, like the bull and you know the Elwith and all this other stuff. But otherwise, they're running the bell here just to help unbind a little bit and get that little extra power. And yeah, that's the deck. There's a Bagus. So this is actually just recently posted. I think like literally like an hour ago. Yeah, it was posted like today. Basically they were saying that they're trying to just kill as fast as possible. So they're going for the headhunter for the CB-less approach, which is valid. So basically this is like, they're trying to OTK. I'm not gonna lie. Before that, so the ride line is normal, but going to the mask part, I've thought about running 3 mask and I'm still thinking about it. It's still in my brain somewhere. I kind of like the idea of it because you don't really need all 4. Just saying. You know, it can work. It's risky, but it can work. I've been thinking about it because I need one more slot for something. Just one more slot, and I don't know where to cut. And maybe cutting a mask is the way to go. I don't know yet, but I'll see. So they're running 3 dragons. They got they're running like super heavy on the dragon tree stuff here, as you can tell. They got 6 total targets for the order stuff, which is valid. They're not running the bull because they're running headhunter instead to kind of help with that CB cost, which is actually something I've thought about too. I've thought about maybe like running the headhunter and just going straight in with having as little CB issues as possible. So I actually kind of like what they're trying to do here. I like the approach. They're also running the chalice, which also covers for that 4th Zorga, which honestly, if you think about it, makes sense. Like as long as you can activate it, right, you're fine. So it's a pretty cool approach. So I like this list. They're also running the bind, bring orders back to hand card. I like this card a lot. And then everything else is pretty standard. We got the 2 masks, we got the malice. It is pretty, yeah, this deck's pretty fast. The thing about it is normally you kill on like turn 4 anyway. So you don't really need too much as long, like once you find all your stuff, you're good. Like it's when you don't find your stuff, you start like suffering. So like usually you grind to 3, you go to mask and you're done. Like the game's usually over. Your opponent usually can't guard through everything and it's kind of GG. So I kind of understand the approach they're taking here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not against it. I might actually try this out. Here we have Edward. I think they're streaming today or tomorrow, their podcast, if I remember correctly, at some point. So here we have Edward's list. This is peak. This is peak. Wow, we're all just we're all just idiots. I take it all back. We're the bad ones. We don't know how to deck build. This is how you deck build. Oh my god. Can you even oh my, that's so funny. This isn't even legal. But it's so funny to look at. Oh my god. Ah yes. This is what it's all about. The grade 3 game is so hard. Why grade 2 game when you can just grade 3 game your life away? Oh my goodness, Edward. I hate it here. So here we have Witcher's list. Witcher did mention that they went more the Radalina route, which is valid. You can kind of do some crazy turn 2 stuff, and they are running the heavy mushrooms here, and they basically said screw the multi-attacking stuff and everything else. They're just kind of going for the early aggro. Yeah, this is Radalina cheese. I like the Radalina cheese. It's pretty nice. I can vibe with this as well. So basically, you try to pretty much go for this as like a turn 2 play, and then after that you pretty much just rush your opponent down. They're even running the token in here just to kind of help with the tokens. So yeah, if that makes sense. Early draw into token, into Zorga, into mask. GG's, big GG's. But yeah, big cheese. Big cheese, big spam, big token. They are running 7 crit here, which is understandable. Extra draw because you kind of want the draw. The mushrooms definitely help with that soul first of all, and then they really help for push. I will say because they're running so much soul engine, I'm surprised that they're running like the agony is like perfect on this list. You can run agony and just like kind of spam agony too. But just saying, because you got all these boys that are doing a lot of the work for you. So very nice stuff. I like it. It's very unique and different. So I approve. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, Agony was never a bad card. The problem with Agony was that it was just like weirdly awkward with the soul, but soul isn't an issue now, you know? Yeah, no. Here's another one. So this is Bagus. Bagus gave us another list here. Trying to see if there's anything like too different. There isn't. Again, they went for the 6, so they're going a little bit more towards that like greedy, like dragon tree spamming approach. They are running the bull too, which is pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. So, and only 1 Tearful Malice. That's really interesting. That's a very little counter charge for a deck that's counter blasting a lot. But hey, if you can make it work, you can make it work. But overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 orders total. So we're vibing. Highlander Zorga. Highlander Zorgan. Yeah, basically we got a lot of one-ofs here, and then we have the Malice at 2. I don't know about Malice. You need Malice, but man, Malice is so annoying to use sometimes. That CB matters. The CB is so important now. Although everything else is pretty standard. Like I said, we're going a little towards the greedy side with the 6, or just in general, just with the CB. CB goes crazy in this deck, so yeah, you gotta play very carefully. And here we have a Ton with the, oh my god, they got the shades on what's his face. I can't remember the guy's name, but the homie. We have Messiah incoming as well. We do have Messiah incoming. Messiah be doing Messiah things. Oh, so this is another Radalina. They're running Radalina in the ride line for this one. This is for funsies. Also, this is Japanese. I think no, it's not Japanese. I thought it was a Japanese deck, but it's not. Yeah, Kane. Remember Kane? Bruh, Kane. He been doing work, man. He been doing work. That man does a lot of work. So this is a very interesting list. So this is a, ow. I'm trying to process this list. Give me a sec. Oh, they're running the, oh no, this is a Japanese list because they're running the OT as well. Wow, so they're running the regular persona and they're also running the Zorga personas basically, and the mask, and the Red Arena for the Red Arena calls for the multi-attack off of that. Yeah, it's spaced to the, so I guess the point of it is just for the power. Very interesting, because they're running it in the ride line specifically. If that's what I'm hearing. You use Radalina in the ride line. So the ride line is the Ranker Chain, the Radalina, the Zorga, and then the 0. So that wherever the starter, right here. There's the starter. We found it. The better starter, the not Eric's starter. But yeah, very different. I kind of want to see this list in action. Oh, wait, guys, we got the paragraph. We got the goods right here. You send her to drop with red Zorga Soul Blast without doing Alchemy Magic, and then call her with Mask's effect. Not that consistent deck, but really fun. Only 3 attacks, 4 with OT, but really big numbers, 60k comps. Okay, so it is for the it is definitely for the numbers, because the Mimulkin token copies the power, so basically you can make it really high. Next we got Vic. Vic is another Zorga player. Very basic list I'm messing around with. OT also should be blessed favor for set 10. That's fine. We'll just prove it doesn't either way. I think OT is OT, you know. I feel like it's very nicely steam-eyed with similar feel to Grave Equals Zorga. I do like the bull to cycle Tearful Malice, since it just refunds the Soul Blast and Counterblast cost-ins like crazy and helps stack triggers. So here we have this list. Let's see here. We're running the 4 dragons, got the Malice, got the Chalice, we got the homie in here, got the multi-attack, got the mask, we got 3 resentments. I haven't seen 3 in a hot second, aside from that one list that was like a little more funky. And we got the 3 bulls, and then everything else is, we're going a little bit more high roll. Okay, we got the fronts. We said screw the draws. We're going fronts with the 8 crit, and then this is blessed favor for set 10, and then the future, yeah, it could be the restanding one. So whatever your flavor is, flavor of text of the week. Overall, it's pretty good. This is like more standard, less like techie. So definitely more to the point. You just ride Zorga, go into mask, call it a day, basically. So one change I might consider would be to swap out the Regalia's piece for Ye Wandering Souls, as a Regalia's piece is dead if I already Persona run. See, this is how I feel. This is the exact thoughts, and I can use Shadow Cloak to recycle Persona anyway. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, my guys. This is what I'm talking about. You don't need Chalice. This is list, so they went for the 4 dragons. Very Hunter heavy. They said screw the bull. They're running GDR. Oh, this is not set 10 list. This is an older list. This isn't that makes a lot more sense. It's a blue Zorga list. Okay, we're back to normal. It's not mask, which is fine. You cannot play mask. You don't have to play mask. So it's just normal Zorga list. Basically just blue Zorga. Just keep riding blue Zorga. Keep going through big columns and just going for pressure. Yeah, it's a chill list. This is a vibing list. But overall, I mean, it's fine. For a vibing list, it's fine. They're running the rainbow triggers too, which is very interesting. And then they have the orders, which you could go kind of crazy with the orders in this one. You kind of have to, because of Zorga. Blue Zorga, you don't have access to like constantly having an order in hand, so you kind of have to go crazy on the orders. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 orders here, which in here it makes a lot more sense because it's Blue Zorga. Okay, so this is Derp's list. Let's see what Derp cooked up. Derp usually cooks a lot. Derp got what max rarity cooking. That's what Derp went for. Derp decided I'm cooking. Dang, 4 of the crit heals? That's wild. Now I gotta ask Derp, does he own all these cards? Does he own them in real life? Well, obviously I'm not the max cards because they're not out yet. In max rarity, because it's kind of funny. He has like everything max rarity, and then there's the one guy, the one homie that's just not max rarity. So I'm kind of curious. I wonder if he actually owns half this stuff. But anyway, so normal stuff. Everything in here is pretty normal leading up to basically this part right here. This is kind of interesting. So we have, for the first time ever, a red Zorga list. There's one other person I know that has red Zorga, but we'll get to them in a second here. So this is a red Zorga list. So instead of running blue, they're running red, which is, you can do that. I actually witnessed this myself against Slite. I was very surprised, but it works. It's a little bit, it feels a little bit more high roll because you have to discard your hand is like slightly more in pain, but it does work. It does work. It's more aggro, so aggro is the way. And obviously you don't have to worry about not missing your orders since you're on red Zorga. You'll usually have your Alchemy Magic, so not really a problem. When you go first anyway, going second, you just can go into this guy and be okay. Red Zorga spicy aggro. It is very spicy aggro. You run all the tokens and stuff, it gets kind of wild. But yeah, regular ride line, well, except for the red, we're going red, and then everything else is pretty standard here. We're running the 5 for this. OT could be, you know, either or. Under blue, sometimes you just can't openly call something. You just don't have the CB for it. I think that's the biggest issue with blue. The setup is nice, but you don't have the CB, you don't have the CB. Whereas the red Zorga, you could just Soul Blast and have a party. They are running the Unbricker. I don't know what this card's actual name is. I just call it the Unbricking card because that's basically what it is. So it's really cool. So here's Matt's list. Going the 3 dragon. We're going for the trying to see. So we got the cloak, but we're not running the Elwith here, so that's okay. Ride line is the blue. We got the multi-attacker guy. We got Belle. Running Elena, or sorry, Alejandra. just because he likes that the way that the cost works off of the discard on it, because you don't actually have to like discard. Is this the one you don't have to discard? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, you don't have to discard. No. Yeah, it's a cost. You don't have to discard. So I always have to go through that mind game with myself, because this one you do have to discard normally. This one you don't have to discard. You can just place it and the guard circle and just not activate the second cost and basically not make it a PG. Get into weird matchups where there's guard restricts and stuff like that. And then down here, let's see, we got 2, 3 inverted. He got converted. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 orders, pretty standard, and we're running the rainbow triggers, and he is running the crit, which also makes sense. Oh no, we also have the blitz order, good old blitz order as well. Is this max rarity? This is max rarity. Now here's the question for Matt: do you own these cards? I gotta ask every person now, because it's just funny to me. And then also we're running the triple drive route. I know Matt really likes the triple drive approach, so this makes a lot of sense. And then obviously this is the overcoming the unnatural death. We saw it in a couple other ones, but also it's a good card to set up on turn 2 if you want to go for like just like early setup. All right, so here we have, this was Sum's list from Discord. So they're running they're running 3 masks. Wow, oh my gosh, and they're running 2. Oh, they're not even running Shadow Cloak. They said screw the Shadow Cloak. Valid, okay. Running 3 of the Elwith, and then we got the multi-attacker guy. We're going super heavy. This is like heavy Dragon Tree. What I like about this is because it's running the mushrooms to kind of help with the soul that you're gonna go through. I think in a list like this, because you're going heavy Dragon Tree marker, you really need these mushrooms make a lot of sense. I can definitely understand. So this early little baby rush here you could do as well. It's nice. So if you're going more Dragon Tree route, I think this is a really good starting point for like heavy Dragon Tree decks. So I might try it out. I don't know. I'll see. Okay, so this is Slite's first list. This is the red Zorga list as well. The second one that we've seen today. Probably the last one we'll see. I really doubt we'll see anymore because it's a very rare occasion. Basically going with 3 Shadow Cloak, 2 Elwith approach, which is valid. I feel this a lot. Going for the Bolt, and we have the mushrooms in this list. And then we got the triple drive, we got the malice, not the mouse, the resentment, sorry, mouse is over here. And I just realized you actually kept this list pretty simple. You got the 3 mask. For some reason I thought you played it a little bit more techie. But it's actually not that techie. It's actually pretty straightforward, which is surprising because it's Slate. Usually Slate plays very techie lists. But I vibe with this a lot. I think it's my favorite list from you so far. This is the second list, and yeah, it has the guy in here. So this is the list that does run the little multi-attacking guy. You're running 4 masks in this one? Are you crazy? Damn. Oh my god. Will you explain why you're running 4 double mask alchemagic? Like, yeah, I guess you could do that. Wait, does that mean Persona activate? Oh no, the Persona won't activate twice. It's just for giggles? Just in case you damage 3? It's just for the wretches. It's true, it does. Oh, so it's just a double top 5. Okay, that's fair. Right, this one definitely has no logic. This is just straight. I decided to run 4 masks in my deck. What's the reason? Just because I wanted to. I think we covered everyone. So thank you everyone who submitted lists, by the way. So much appreciated. We did get a little bit of looky. But now let's go over to Fuzzy Paradox. So look at the 5 best lists in JP and see what they're doing. Some of these, I think we might ignore this one because this one's kind of old. So we'll ignore this one. We'll do this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. I think that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 5. Well, 15 that made at least top 8. There's way more than that. Oh, I'm sure there is. Zorga's pretty popular right now, but we'll focus on the best of the best. It's how they did in terms of results. Just kind of look and see what JP's been up to. So we'll start with this one right here in the very beginning. Let me find the person. I can't read that, but rank 1. This was Vanguard Deluxe 2023, April 15th. So let's check it out. So here we have, so now we saw like what our community's been doing on the English side. So now we get to see the JP side basically. Honestly, pretty standard. This is a pretty standard list. Are they running 3, 4, 5? They're running a very heavy resentment amount actually. This is interesting. The resentment amount is pretty high. And by the way, this is a first place list. So everything else is pretty standard though. This is actually a very standard list. So I don't have much else to say. Also for triggers, they're not running draws. They said, I don't need draws today. They are the most ballsy lists alive. Yeah, they're pretty ballsy. I mean, you kind of, so honestly, with the way Zorga is with the mask specifically, if you truly want to build what I consider like correct or like the most optimal, I think you want to build to close out the game by turn 4. I think that's what you want to build towards. I'm not saying it's like, I'm not saying that's what was always going to be the case, but I think with how mask works and basically how the setup is, because the numbers get so high, I think that's what you want to try to strive for, is to close out the game basically once you ride the mask. That's where you want to close out the game. So I kind of understand why the balls, it's risky, but it works. Exactly. You want to close out the game turn 3 eyes emoji? I don't know if that's possible. That's you can do it, but that's like that's harder. But I think trying to close out by turn 4 is like pretty understandable. Plus, you don't really want like decks like Jet going too far in. Close turn 1. Just like eat their starter. If you eat their starter, they can't play the game. You just automatically win. Just eat their starter. just take a bite. Just shove their starter out of existence. They can't, if they can't flip a starter, they can't win the game. You just win on turn 0. Easy. Just start munching. Don't take me seriously. Please don't go eating starters, but eat the starter. Case closed. All right, let's see what I got going on here. Nom nom. So this is a second place list if I'm reading these correctly, because it's 2A. So there should be a second place list with a team, I think, if I remember correctly. Blah 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 blah. We're going the 6 balls route with the bull balls route. Let's look at the orders here. Orders are pretty standard. I noticed that the order route, like I feel like the techiness is so much less. I feel like they kind of they have like a system and they just kind of stuck to it. They're like, yeah, fronts, multi-attack, dragon tree marker, dragon. And that's it. Like, we don't need anything else. Mask. This one is running 3. Damn, 3 of the Elwith, and then oh yeah, they're running the orange. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what the star does. I'm pretty sure it just calls tokens, but I'm gonna double check because I definitely don't remember. You may call, when this is placed, you may call a token at the beginning of the battle. If you also, it's just for the token. The good part about this card is that it's costless. The downside about this card is that it doesn't give you soul. I think the mushrooms kind of give you more of what you want. But hey, having the 5K shield is kind of nice too, though. This list is maliceless. This is the Malice 3 mask too. Huh? I'm just making sure I'm not blind. This is the first list I've seen without a Malice in it in a long time. Like I'm talking like 3-4 sets long time. That's pretty wild. Just in general, I feel like resources are tough in this list. This is a very like to the grid list. Like every soul matters. Every counterblast matters. But so another thing to keep in mind is like healing and stuff like that. I remember, I think it was the Archetype player that was basically saying like you could take damage and then heal back down and then take more damage. That's like kind of a way of like basically countercharging. And it's just something that I thought was like a really interesting way to look at like damage. Like you don't actually have like 5 open CP. Technically you could have like 9. So it's just another interesting way to look at like countercharging. But yeah, very, very interesting list. Let's go down here. We have this one. This is another second place list. This one's pretty streamlined too. It's like very to the point. I'm not even gonna go over everything because it's basically just to the point. And then we got one more list. This is 3rd place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the 3rd place. Third place block A list. So let's check it out as well. So this one's running set 11 stuff. A little touch set 11, nothing crazy, just mainly the overtrigger. And then they're running the crits, just to kind of help vibe with the mirror matches, stuff like that more. Everything else is pretty. This one doesn't run the Elwith either.
I've got balls of steel.
Balls of steel. I said screw the Elwith. I'm going cloak, and everything else is pretty normal. They also run 3 resentment. Also, I don't know if it's the same people topping. I don't think it is. I think these are all different people. But I'm not gonna go too deep. But basically, it's kind of to the point. Let me check out this memery that Matt just sent us as a way to close out the video. Memes make dreams come true. You gotta be kidding. I was wondering why I was in Japanese. I know that would make sense because we don't have these. Why do you do this? I gotta read these cards, man. I'm blind. I'm blind in death. I've seen this brought upon by ignoring that one's placed if the number of units or more, you may still charge choose my points regrets and they cannot intercept. Okay, so we're going for a little bit that touch of you can't do stuff approach. And then we got this guy. I'm sure Azim would be happy to see this. Oh, whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Azim would be, this is Azim's list. Hey! I'm doing well, we're looking at lists. 5k power. Soap Blast is 1 points per cards that you cannot stand during the next opponent's stand phase. And if you have 3, you have a great theory. Okay, so second part is so offline, basically. It's a lot of they're so cute. Look at their little gems on their turtles. Oh my god, they're so adorable. I didn't even notice that. It's a giraffe turtle. It's a giraffe turtle. I didn't even realize that was a giraffe turtle. Let's look at this one. Is this a duck? I didn't even realize they're 2 animals in 1. Is that why they're mystic? So, yeah, if another one of your cards, including, has appeared by the ability of your unit this turn, if your cards greater greater, your front row gets... Oh, this one's kind of cool. I actually like this one. You just straight up get the... You do need the ability of the other ones, but you just get the 5k power to the front, and then your front row rear guards in the same column as the suit. Oh, the front row rear guard in the same column gets the 5k power. Hey, still pretty cool. Yeah, it's Perry the Platypus. I think everything else is a little bit more standard. Here we have the Masanori. Oh, I like this card's good. I like this card. I like this boy right here. Look at top 7 cards of your deck. Choose into 1 unit with the grade of your Vanguard and lower it. Call to rear guard circle shuffle. And then when you search or choose a unit card from your deck, you may search or choose this card. And when this card is called from deck to rear, add it to hand instead of placing it in the drop zone. I think this is so cool. I think this order is like insane. I remember Maxime Solo went on a whole like 5-minute rant about this card on one of his videos. Like he was like hogging like left and right over it. It's just a cool card. It's a very cool mechanic. I approve. I've actually looked at the card. I was like, I can't wait to Alchemy Magic it. There's a CC Bunny. Oh yeah, we got Bunny. We do have Bunny Bun. Let's look at Bunny Bun. Bunny Bun with the wine. I'm just gonna boost a unit containing the basically the mystic stuff. You have 3 or more. Face down, you can counter charge if you did not counter charge. Okay. I mean, it's interesting. It's very reliant on you having these rear guards on the board, but hey, you can vibe with it though. Did you try it at CFA? Does it work? I like random meme stuff as well. So I mean, I assume it works because you'll probably see most of your units and then have your full board of your DC people, Azeems, a full board of Azeems. And then order lineup is pretty chill. Everything's pretty standard with the exception of this one, obviously, but not yet tested. Plan to do so tomorrow. You should do it, and then you should upload it on your channel. And just be like, guys, I know there's all these sweaty Zorga lists out there, and OuterOrange made a whole video about sweaty Zorga lists and people trying their hardest with the exception of Edward. But here is the true list. The Mystique list. The true winner of the group. So we're gonna say bye to YouTube, guys. Enjoy your Zorgian time. Enjoy your Zorgian time. Like, subscribe, Zorgscribe, all that fun stuff. Comment. If you have lists below, don't forget to post if you want to post your list as well. Or you could just randomly follow me on Twitch, just like this just happened with Gazelle, just choosing to like come into the video right at the end. But yeah. Das Svidanya! That is exactly how you say it. Das Svidanya. Good old Das Svidanya.